What's up all my logical friends, my name is Forge and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, I'm going to be showing you guys on how to get the brand new barrier block that was introduced within Minecraft Bedrock 1.6. Now the barrier block, if you guys are confused, is basically one of the newest blocks within the game. It's actually really handy for building maps. Now if I go and place this block right here, we can obviously see it, but if I go ahead and get rid of it, we can no longer see it, but we can now see the border. But however, if I were to go ahead and switch to adventure mode, which is what this block is going to be ideal for, you will not actually be able to see it at all. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to adventure mode, and now as you can see, we can no longer see the barrier block, and we actually cannot go through it whatsoever. So a lot of you guys might be thinking that this is just like Invisible Bedrock, but you may be right. It is similar to Invisible Bedrock, but it's also not Invisible Bedrock, because unlike that block, you can actually destroy the barrier block, and you can go ahead and place it wherever you want. But with the Invisible Bedrock, you can place it wherever you want, but then you can't destroy it at all. So that's where this block is going to be really handy, because nobody wants to use an invisible block that they can place, but they can't destroy. So this is why they decided to go ahead and add this to the game, and so everybody will have the freedom of going ahead and building wherever they want, so people cannot go inside of their houses, and plus they can keep mobs from going into places as well. So right over here, I have myself some barrier blocks with a villager inside of it. So basically, what would happen is that whenever I'm walking over here, the villager, he will not be able to get through here, and I will not be able to get through here either. And of course, I have a barrier block right here, and a barrier block right over here. So this could be very handy if you want to keep a villager in place within adventure maps, and so on and so forth. Or if you want to, you can go ahead and use some type of NBT editor, and go ahead and edit the mob's speed and stuff like that. So that way they don't end up moving. But I'm just so glad that we finally have ourselves a block that's completely invisible, and plus, it's unbreakable in survival mode and as well as adventure mode. And that's one thing I really love about this. Now, how would you get this block? Now, to get this block, you obviously cannot get inside creative mode. So if I go ahead and look up barrier right here, we cannot actually find it whatsoever. So as you can see, we have no barrier block at all. So in order to get this, you're going to want to type in this command right here, /give @p and barrier. Then if you want to, you can go ahead and put in a 64 or how many numbers that you want. So, of course, that will give us a stack of barriers, as you can see right there. And that's all there is to it. That's how you end up getting yourself this block. So, I think the main reason why they made it command-only block is because whenever you go into creative mode, it normally only has all the blocks that you would find in, well, survival Minecraft. And with barrier blocks and command blocks, you're not obviously going to be finding them around your world. And I believe that's why it's the only way to get them. So, besides that one right there, that's pretty much it on the barrier block. So very simple block, go ahead and place it wherever you want. Go ahead and make sure that mobs cannot go into places where they're not supposed to. And go ahead and make all the wonderful maps that you want. Now for me, I absolutely used the living daylights out of this block, okay? Whenever I would build a map over on Minecraft Console Edition, on the Xbox 360 or PS3 whatever, I would always mod my world and get myself a barrier block. Because barrier blocks, they're just really handy. Now, if you guys... Now, I've already talked about what the barrier block is and how to obtain it, but did you know you can actually do different things with the barrier block besides just placing it down and just blocking stuff off? That's right, you can actually go ahead and place ladders on it. You can have invisible floating water. So if I were to come all the way over here, as you can see, I have barrier blocks behind this ladder, and if I go and get rid of it, it seems like there's nothing there at all. So this can make some really good effects for making hot air balloons or just making a floating ladder wherever you want. So as I mentioned earlier, you can also have floating water. So if I were to come inside of here, I'm going to grab myself some water right now. Now, when you're placing in the water with the barrier blocks, you're going to want to be very careful because you can actually waterlog these. And if you guys do not know what waterlog means, basically, if I go ahead and grab myself a staircase, for example. So there's our staircase. I go and place it right here. Normally, we wouldn't be able to have any water inside this block. But thanks to the aquatic update within 1.6, and 1.13 over on Java, you can now go ahead and place water inside these areas. And it makes some really cool little effects. So as you can see, we now have ourselves a nice little area filled up with water. And I really do like that. Now with the barrier block, if I were to go ahead and place it right here, and I were to go ahead and use a water bucket, we're basically placing water inside of that block. So it's not very useful whatsoever. So in order to go ahead and use barrier blocks and put water around them, is to go ahead and place it well on the blocks that are inside of it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab myself some barrier blocks, and I'm going to go ahead and place them all the way around here. Of course, we're not going to make a very big area, just an area that's going to be ideal for the video. But there we go. We have ourselves our water bucket. I can go place it there. And as you can see, we literally have floating water in the middle of our world. I mean, look how cool that is. It looks really, really trippy. And plus, if you want to, you can go ahead and show your friends and say, hey, look, I got floating water in my world. And then, so when your friends come by this water source and be like, hey, how'd you get floating water? And you'll be like, oh, you know, I found some type of glitch. But really, you found yourself the barrier block. And maybe your friend doesn't know anything about the barrier block. And then you can go and teach them all about the barrier block. Then they control you as well. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it on what I wanted to talk about with the barrier block. So but of course, I do want to hear your guys' thoughts down below about what you think of the barrier block. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's going to be very handy in builds? Please do let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, then please let me know by leaving a like on it and subscribe for more videos and tutorials by me in the future. And for now, I hope that you have a logical day, and I will catch you next time. Bye. See ya.